This video is sponsored by Solo, more on them later. Let's get into weekly breakdowns. On Monday, I actually worked for Uber and Lyft, but unfortunately I had 0 rides with Uber on Monday and it doesn't show it here. On Tuesday, I didn't work. On Wednesday, I was online 4.5 hours, active time was 1 hour. I made only 2 trips and made $58, $8 tip. On Thursday, I was online close to 4 hours, active time was 2 hours, I made 4 trips, overall I made $220. And this is only Uber. If you see that my online time was 4 hours, it doesn't mean that I was overall working 4 hours. I was driving Lyft too. On Friday, my online time with Uber was over 5 hours, active time was 1.5 hours. I made 2 trips and overall I made $135, $27 tip. On Saturday, I was online almost 8 hours, active time was 1.5 hours. I made only 3 trips and overall I made $155, $17 tip. Sunday, I was online 3.5 hours, active time was only half an hour. I made only 1 trip and $48. Overall, with Uber app, I made $618, being online 27 hours. Active time was close to 7 hours. I made 12 trips and $68 tip. This video is sponsored by Solo. Solo is an app that created just for gig workers to make their life a lot easier. So you can link your gig worker account like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, Amazon Flex, and a bunch of others. You can edit and track your earnings. You can track your mileage. You can track your expenses. And also you can see who in what city is making the most money and what app they are using. And also there is income guarantee, but it is available only in these few states. Let me go through the app real quick. So right here, mileage tracking is on. When I click on it, it shows me location services on, auto detection on, and auto classification on. For example, if you are driving for Uber, you got a client, right? All that mileage that Uber records, it will record automatically. Let's say you don't have passenger and you just turned off Uber app and you are going home. Uber doesn't track that mileage, but this app tracks. You can auto-classify it as a business. This mileage will be tax deductible, so it will help you to pay less taxes. When we go under income tab, so it shows how much overall I got paid, and Los Angeles average shows that $16.89 per hour, but my average is $75 per hour. That's because I'm driving for Uber Black and Lyft Flex Black, so they pay a lot higher, and also the expenses are a lot higher. Here by platform, it actually shows me that I made $327 with Lyft and $557 with Uber. Overall, $887 so far. And also you can go here by date, and also here you can manually add an income. If you got, for example, a tip for $100, you can click here and you can add your income there, which is very helpful. The next tab is expenses. Expenses is also very important. Here are deductible miles. So all this mileage tracking is deductible, and working trip, for example, says for between Lyft and Uber, I drove 38 miles and my deductibles are $24.33. And it will track automatically. And also manual expenses that you can add. For example, I add here fuel. So you can choose a date, you can add expenses, you can name the expenses, for example, fuel. The date, you choose what date that expense was, and also amount of it, and also category. Is it insurance? Is it meals? Is it something else? So you manually add those expenses. And the next step is taxes. This tax tab is very interesting and very important. It breaks down by quarter, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Right now we are on quarter 4, 2022, and it shows me that my income was $15,834, and I didn't put a lot of expenses in here, and that's why overall my net is $14,800. Federal tax I paid this much, and state income tax I paid that much. If I use this app the whole year and I put all my expenses here, it will be very, very easy to see how much I'm going to pay for taxes. And it's not obviously guaranteed. You can deduct a lot of stuff. Talking with your tax professional. One interesting thing that I really want to share with you guys is leaderboard. Leaderboard is actually shows you who in what city, what kind of platform they are using and how much they are making. So the top is the guy from Austin, Texas, using only Uber, and he made $4,254 driving for Uber. Where you can find this information? That's impossible. So the second guy from New York, he uses Uber and Lyft. He made $3,278. The third one is also in New York. He's using DoorDash, Uber, and Lyft. Made $3,000. Atlanta, TaskRabbit. I don't even know what that is. Lyft, Uber, and goes on and on and on. Another unbelievable thing that Solo has is showing you how much you made a year using all the platform. This is a fact. I don't know how much I made this year using Uber and Lyft because I don't want to go through every single week and calculate everything to see how much I made. Uber doesn't have the statistic yet. I don't want to wait for my 1099 to come and see how much I made with Uber, how much I made with Lyft. But Solo really pulls up all that records and shows you how much you made a year. So as we can see, it shows weekly, but we want to see year to date. And year to date, overall, I made $175 using Uber and Lyft both combined. And when you go down to earning breakdown, with Lyft I made $10,000, with Uber I made $77,000. But of course it doesn't deduct $600 that I paid every week for the Suburban, right? So it shows how much I made driving for Uber and how much I made driving for Lyft. That's amazing. And not only this year, we can go to 2021. And 2021 it shows that I made $37,980. And we go down, it actually breakdowns that I drove for Uber, I made close to $22,000. With Lyft, I made only $300. With DoorDash, I made $6,888. With Uber Eats, I made $8,800. And also, Grubhub is not included there. So overall, in 2021, I made around $45,000. And this is not it. If you guys use my link in the description, sign up and link one of your account, you will get $10 into your account and you can put your PayPal or Venmo and withdraw it. $10 is basically a lunch. So there is nothing to lose. Click the link in the descriptions and see you on the leaderboard. Let's see who makes the most. With Lyft, I made $1,146. Being online 35 hours and a half. Active time was 14 hours and a half. 23 rides. 23 rides with Lyft. Do you know why I made so much? Because I was driving for Lux 2. And do you know why I have so many rides? Because I was driving for Lux 2. Lyft Lux is non-stop, especially when it is busy. It is non-stop. You get a ton of rides. Lux is great when you have a proper car that you can put a ton of miles on it, and also preferably hybrid, so you don't pay a lot on gas. But I chose those $20+ rides, and especially those are the $40-$50 Lux. I absolutely take it because now Lyft shows how much you get paid upfront. So they have upfront fare now. They are just following Uber. I thought that they are competing, but absolutely there's no competition between Lyft and Uber. Lyft just copies whatever Uber does. It was amazing that it was only 35 and a half hours. And overall, I made $1,146. Let's go into the calculator. $1,146 with Lyft plus $600.18 with Uber. Overall, I made $1,764 minus, I don't know, probably spent for $200 for the gas. Overall, $1,564 minus $370 for the car payment, insurance payment, everything per week. So overall, $1,194. Not bad and not great either. There are people who are making close to $3,000 every week. That's been it. Click in the description below and get $10 with Solo, and see you in the next video. Bye.